Hi, welcome to the McGuffey Readers Online Tutor. Today's lesson is going to be from the McGuffey's first Eclectic Reader, and we're going to look at the back of the book, the back few pages. There is a phonic chart, and we're going to look at these sounds of the English language, but we're not going to concentrate on all these little symbols. We just want to look at words that belong to these different sound groups. We are going to begin with the long vocals. Sorry about that. And long vocals are vowels. And I bet you didn't know that A has 5 different long vocal sounds. And let's look at just the words that have these sounds in it. 8, care, arm, last, all. And E has 2 long vocal sounds. You're familiar with the long E, like in the word Eve, Eve. And then we have the sound, the E in Then we have the long I in ice, and the long O in ode, and the long vocal sound in use. But there's another long U vocal sound in burn. And then we have the long vocal sound of the double O in fool, fool. Let's look at the short vocal sounds now and compare them. You're very familiar with them. They're vowels also, like the short A in am, the short E in end, the short I in in, the short O in odd, the short U in up, and the short vocal sound, the double O, in look, look. The next group of sounds are called diphthongs, and it's not a very large group. It has 2 different sounds. The oi spelled with an OI or an OY, like in the words oil or the word boy. And then we have the ow sound spelled with an OU, like in out, or an OW, like in now. The next group of sounds are called aspirants. Aspirants. And aspirants, that just means sounds that have a puff of breath when you say them. And they're consonants. They're not vowels, like the F in fife. And you can hold up your hand to your mouth and hear it. Hear the H in him, or feel the H in him. You can feel the puff of breath, like the K in kite, the P in pipe. Do you feel the puff of breath when you say the S in same? It's very slight there. What about the T in tat? Oh, you can feel it much better in that word. Or the SH in she. Or the CH in chat. And the puff of breath in the TH in thick. And the last one, the WH, like in the word why. Those are called aspirants. And then we have one other group called the subvocals. The subvocals, which mean they're so slight that they're mouthed. They're mouthed. It's a very slight sound, and you mouth them. And some people drop them, but you shouldn't drop them. Like the B in bib, and the D in did, and the G in gig. Very slight sounds, like the J in jug, and the N in 9. and the M in name. And even the NG in hang. The V in valve. The TH in this. The Z in Zine. The Z in Azure, like in Azure, and the R like in the word rare, and the W like in the word we, the Y like in the word yet, and the L like in the word lull. Those are all subvocal sounds. There's one other group. They don't make any new sounds. They just substitute. They substitute sounds. So these are letters that substitute other letters. Other letters. And it's a pretty big group of substitutes. But it's worth going over, and I hope that you go to our blogspot.com to download this worksheet to help you look at them better, or just look at the back of the book in this phonic chart. But let's look at these substitutes. We have the A that substitutes the O in what, and the E that substitutes an A in there, and an E that substitutes the long A sound in faint, and the I that substitutes the long E sound in police, and an I that substitutes the E sound in sir. Then we have the O that substitutes the U in sun, and the O that substitutes that long double O sound in two, and an O that substitutes the short double O sound in wolf, and an O that substitutes an A sound in fork, and an O that substitutes that U sound in work, and the U that substitutes that short double O sound in full, and the U that substitutes the long double O sound in rude, the long Y sound that substitutes the long I sound in fly, the Y that substitutes the short I sound in myth, the C that takes the place of K in can, and it also takes the S's place in sight, the CH that takes the place of the SH in chaise, and the CH that takes the K place in chaos, G that takes the place of J in gem, and N that takes the place of NG in ink, S that substitutes Z in as, and SH that substitutes SH in sure, X that takes the place of GZ in exact, and GH that says the F sound in laugh, and the PH that takes the F sound in flocks, QU that makes the K sound in peak, and the QU that says the KW sound as in quit. Whew, that's a long list, and I hope that you go back and review these words. But this is an introduction, and we'll go over these in future lessons. And I hope that you visit the McGuffeyreaders.blogspot.com for the worksheets that go along with this lesson. See you later. Bye-bye.